Hi, boys and girls. We are going to practice all of our geometry vocabulary. So first, show me a point. Okay, just a dot somewhere on a line or a grid. Okay, show me ray, a point, and then this side goes on and on and on. Show me an open shape. Leave it open. Show me a plane shape, flat shape. Okay, show me perpendicular lines. They have to be crossing at the 90 degrees where there's boxes, like a T or an X. Okay, show me an acute angle. Just it has to be lower than that L somehow. Okay, show me, I'm looking at my paper, so I keep looking for it. Show me a line segment. You have points on each side, so it stops. Okay, show me end points. It could be the same thing. You should do it like this. So there's gonna be a start and a stop, but they're with points. Okay, show me intersecting lines. And those can be any way you want as long as they cross. They don't have to be a T. Show me an obtuse angle. Obtuse, it's gonna be bigger than that L. Okay, while we're at it, show me a right angle. Okay. Show me a vertex, a vertice. A corner. Show me a side. These are the edges of a shape. Show me a line. Just keeps going on and on and on. So we show it with points on our fingers, pointing. Show me parallel lines. Never meet. There we go. All right, and then I think that's about all. So today I'm going to teach you one new one, which, oh no, we didn't do closed shape. Closed shape. Closes, very good. All right. Today I'm going to show you, we're going to do one new vocabulary word. It's the last one that's on your paper that we hadn't filled in yet. And of course, I put it down on this table. This table's all wet, so my paper's all wet. Yay. Such is life. Paper dries. Okay, so it's called congruent. If you have your paper still, see how mine's all wet? Lovely. All right. If you have your paper still, congruent shapes, it means that they're the exact same shape, exact same size. So when I do the hand motion for that, what I like to do is make a circle with one hand and then make another circle with the other hand. It's kind of like binoculars because they're both circles and they're the same size because my hands are the same size, okay? So to draw that, we're just going to draw. Get my camera ready. And it doesn't even matter what shape it is, but it just has to be this exact same shape, exact same size. So I will do two circles that are the same. I tried. They aren't perfect. Same thing. It can be a square. Has to be the exact same shape. So the next one, if it's going to be a congruent shape, has to be a square. And I'm going to try my best to draw it the exact same. And that's not perfect. But see how they're the exact same shape. They're both squares and they're the same size. So if this was actually like candy, one of my kids wouldn't throw a fit because the other kid got a bigger piece than them. Okay. So congruent means it's the exact same shape, exact same size. So I'm going to show you some examples and I want you to tell me if what I'm showing you is congruent or if it is not. All right. Ready? Are these congruent? Yes, because they are the exact same shape. They're both flower buttons, and they're the exact same size. Now, I did turn one so that these two dots are this way and these two dots are up and down. That doesn't matter because, look, if I turn it, it's the same shape and size now. It doesn't matter which way they're facing. I could put them on top of each other, and you can see that they are the exact same shape, exact same size. It doesn't matter about color because I did not say that they are the exact same color. So yes, the kids might fight because Vaughn wanted the red one and I gave it to Savannah and he got yellow, you know, that one. They don't have to be the exact same color or scent or feel. They just have to be the same shape, same size. All right, so these are congruent. What about these? Are they congruent? Yes or no? No, they are not. They are the exact same shape. They're both little flower buttons and they both have 2 holes in them, but they are not the exact same size. And again, color does not matter. So these are not congruent shapes. All right, let's do another one. I have 2 triangles here. What do you think? Are these congruent? Yes or no? The answer is no. They are the same shape. They're both triangles, but they're not the same size. So one is bigger, one is smaller. So that means they are not congruent. All right, next one. What about these 2 triangles? Are they congruent? They're both the exact same shape. They're both triangles. Are they the exact same size? I mean, close. But guess what? No, these are not congruent. I made them to trick you. Whether or not I did, I don't know. But I made them orange and I made them the same shape so that it would look kind of congruent, but they're not because I want you to look at the angles. Dun, dun, dun. They are not the same type of triangle. We didn't really focus on the different types of triangles, but this one has a right angle right here. See, it's a perfect little L. And this one does not. This is not a perfect L. This is an acute angle. This is an acute angle. And this is an acute angle. So all 3 of those angles are acute, whereas this only has 2 acute and that one's right angle. So even though they're the same shape being triangles, they're not congruent because they're not the exact same type of triangles. Tricky, tricky. All right, what about these that got wet? Ignore the wet spots because I didn't know the table was wet. All right. What about these 2 shapes? Are they congruent? Yes or no? Yes, they actually are congruent. I purposely placed them like this on my table to make your brain hurt. So they are the exact same size. And they're the exact same type of triangle. It doesn't matter that I turned this one upside down. Look, if I turn it, now you can tell that they are the exact same shape, exact same size. So when it comes to congruent, I'm not asking if they're facing the same direction. I could turn these any way I want, flip them upside down, sideways, crooked, it doesn't matter. They're still the same shape and size, regardless of what direction they're facing. So that's kind of tricky. All right, I've got 2 more. Geez, I can't get... They're Post-it, so they had sticky on them. All right, what about these? Are they congruent? Yes, they are. They are the exact same shape. What kind of shape is that? Anybody know? We haven't done 3D shapes yet, but you've done 3D shapes since kindergarten, so you should have some idea. They're cubes. They are both, if you call them blocks, they are blocks, but the 3D shape is called a cube. They are the exact same shape. They are the exact same size. It does not matter what color they are. And then the last one, are these congruent? And I might be playing a trick on you right now because I'm going to do something. Ready? So no, these are not congruent. From the top, they might have looked like it because they look like they're both. What shape would you call this? Let's count how many sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides would make it a hexagon. So they're both hexagons. Doesn't matter what color they are. So they look like they're the exact same shape, exact same size. But when I showed you how tall they were, now you can see that they're actually not the exact same size because this one is taller than this one. So these are not congruent shapes. Okay, so congruent, exact same shape, exact same size. You are going to have a worksheet to practice that. It's on the LMS. You don't have to print it if you don't want to, or if you can't. Just look on there. Should be pretty simple because congruent means exact same shape, exact same size. All right. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to show you, in the packet that I dropped off at your house, there is a worksheet called Shape Up. You better shape up. Just kidding. Not that kind of shape. It's like polygons. I'm going to show you how to plot points using a different worksheet so that I don't give you all the answers. And then I'll have you do the Shape Up one by yourself. So what I'm talking about is the worksheet that looks like this. It says Shape Up at the top, and it's got all these crazy numbers that you're probably very confused about. And then on the back, it's got this grid. So I'm going to show you Mine's called Bloomin' Awesome, so it's a little different. So you can't really follow along on yours. Just watch for now. Watch mine. So when we are doing coordinate grids, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a bar graph, doesn't it? So like when you start with a bar graph, we always start with that L, and then we have a scale on one side, and then the other side would be options. So that's a little bit different here, is that we actually have a scale on both sides, and our scale goes by ones. Remember, a scale is telling you, are you counting by ones, twos, threes? So a scale on a coordinate grid is going to go by ones, okay? And it goes all the way up to number 25. Notice how there's a little Y on this side. What letter's on the bottom one? X. So the coordinate grids, this line is called my X axis, and this line is called my Y axis, X and Y. So when you're going to plot points, remember a point is just like a period. It tells you which numbers you're going to use. Yeah, it says X and Y. So the first number is your X, 12 is X, 16 is Y. So what I'm going to do, it's kind of like a grid map. I'm going to find my X and I'm 12, and I'm going to find my Y 16. Where they meet, I'm going to put a point on that, and then I'm going to find the next one. So 12X, 16Y. Let's find this. Get my marker. You probably should use pencil so that if you mess up, you can erase. So here's my X, and it was 12X. So here's 12. I'm not going to put a dot here, though. I know it's going to be on, I'm going to use a marker here to help remind me. And it's going to be on that line. And then what was the one for Y? 12X, 16Y. So find my 16 up here, and then where they meet, again, it might help if you use markers or even get a piece of paper. You can do like this. So it helps you see where they're going to meet. So that's, let me grab another piece of paper to do that. And of course it's wet. Ugh. Life, I tell you. All right, so I've got 12X, 16Y. They meet right here in this corner. So I'm going to put a point there. All right, so now I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to cross that one off because I did 12X. And now I'm going to do 11X, 17Y. Okay. So start with my X, 11X, and then I'm going to find 17Y, which is right here, and put a point. And then I'm going to be connecting these points. So it's kind of like you're doing a dot to dot, but the dots aren't already there. You have to find the place for the dots, put the dots, and then connect them yourself. This is an advanced dot to dot. So now I've got that next one. I'm going to mark that one off, and you're just going to keep going until you see the stop sign. When you see the stop sign, you're done with the first shape that it wants you to do. On the worksheet that I gave you, my papers are all mixed up. Let me grab it real quick. You're going to be making different types of polygons. So you're plotting the points for your polygons. So some will be triangles, some are quadrilaterals, pentagons, hexagons, and octagons. And if you have coloring materials, you can color each one those different colors. So after you've plotted all your points, you will make different shapes on yours. All right, so let me do one more. I've got X is 11, Y 19. So 11 and 19. Make sure you do the right one, though. X 11. And then I'm 17, 18, 19. And put a point, sorry. And then connect. Like I said, I want you to use pencil because if you mess up with a marker or a pen, you cannot erase it. Cross it off. And then just keep going until you have crossed off all those. And for this one, it makes a picture. For yours, like I said, it's going to make shapes, okay? So that's how you're going to plot points today. You're going to practice two different skills, congruent shapes and plotting points and recognizing identifying polygons. So go ahead and get busy. If for some reason you lost that shape up paper or you never got it from the stuff I delivered, I have another one on there. You really do have to have that one printed. That's why I put it in there. I don't think you could really do that online very easily because you won't be able to actually draw on it. So make sure that you actually get that piece of paper. There's a couple other things on the LMS that I listed for you to do, so make sure to check those out. And good luck. Have fun practicing. See ya.